Hello, Nick with Clean PC, and today we're going to be taking a look at MX Linux 23.4, focusing specifically on the themes, icons, and how to configure Conky. So just want to say great job by the MX developers. This distribution continues to get better and better. I find it to be very customizable. You can make it do kind of whatever you want to do, and they've built all that in to the basic functionality of MX Linux, which is great because you don't really have to go out and download other themes, icons, etc. You can kind of get them all right within the distribution. And from a security standpoint, that is your best bet, right? This is getting shipped from the developers. They check the code. Anytime you bring anything outside into your Linux distribution, you can put yourself at risk. So highlight that because the MX team really has done a fantastic job with this distro and allowing you to customize it and make it your own. So as we look at this, we'll kind of get into it. First thing I ended up doing was moving the taskbar down here, right? So if we look at the panel and we go to panel preferences, we can see it's currently locked, right? So if we hit this bar, we could say desk bar, and this is where it was originally. I wasn't a big fan of that. So we say horizontal, and sometimes it goes up to the top, and if that does do that, you can just grab on here and move it, right? If we want to bring it up to the top, you could do that, but we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it down here. And if you're happy with the position at that point, you can just say lock, and that panel will be locked. You can also take a look at appearance, change this as you want, and again, you can see the items on here as well. I did move some things around, so I have my power button over here. I put the clock over here, desktop switching over here, and then I've got my icons, and actually my menu is right here. Again, you'll probably notice here this little icon. If we go to properties, you can say appearance, and then you can just hit this and choose any icon you want. This is the icon I chose. Pretty cool. I just like the way it looks. So again, looking at how we can kind of customize this, hit start menu here, and you can see favorites. We can look at recently used, and we'll go ahead and take a look at appearance. So currently we're using Arc Dark, right? And our icon theme is ePapyrus Dark, right? So I really like this combination. You can get this information other places than MX Linux too. If we open a terminal and we just type neofetch and we hit enter, you're going to see we're going to pull back a ton of information about our distribution here. We can see it's MX 86 underscore 64. We can also see our resolution at 1920 by 1080, the desktop environment XFCE 4.18. You can see our window manager, and then we can see our theme right here and our icons right here, right? So you can always view this in MX Linux in a couple different spots. Again, I think that's pretty cool. Just wanted to call that out. Again, if you're into using the terminal and you like some of the cool stuff like neofetch, you can also take a look at htop. And again, just see the system load. Kind of nice. So we'll exit out of there. And again, you can change this as you want, and the team has made this extremely easy to do, right? So if we wanted to look at this icon theme right here, you just click on it and it automatically changes it, right? Pretty awesome. Again, we could look at the high contrast, and again, you're going to see those changes take place. I'm going to go right back to what I had, this ePapyrus Dark, because I really like this theme. And you could just see, you can go and adjust the fonts if you want to increase the font size. And also there's other settings here that you can play around with if you would choose to. But big fan of the Arc Dark theme and the ePapyrus Dark icons. Very, very good look inside of MX Linux. We can see here our desktop settings. I chose this particular background that I found. I really like that. It's my wallpaper. Kind of nice. Nature is awesome. Nature is lit. If you follow Reddit. Very cool, though, to see this image, and kind of breathtaking, if you ask me. Other thing we want to take a look at is Conky over here running. So this is a really cool Conky script. We can see we've got the date, we've got the time, our CPU usage, our processes. We can see our RAM usage. We can see our network, our local IP, our in and out bandwidth, our disk, the overall system. Again, MX Linux 23.4. You can see the kernel that we're running, the session, the uptime, the user. Really, really cool. So if you want to change this, you can type Conky, and you can see you got a couple of choices here. So you can toggle your system on and off, or you can go to the Conky Manager. And you can go in here, and this is where you can change your Conky script that you're running. So right now, this is the one we're currently running, and if I wanted to edit it, I could hit this button right here and edit this file manually. Now, you got to be very careful if you do that. Normally, if I'm going to go in and edit a Conky file, I'm going to copy and paste the contents of this and save it locally, just so that if I make any mistakes, I can go back to that file and restore it to its original form. Having used Linux for a long time and editing configurations for a long time, it's always good to save a copy of whatever you're going to edit. So certainly you can choose to do whatever you like, but somebody who's broken a lot of configuration files, I'm a big fan of making a copy before I change them. But again, you can go through here and select whatever you want. We're looking at widgets currently. You can look at the themes, right? So they have this theme, only one in here, but lots of different widgets. I went through most of these, and this was the one I liked the most, so that's why I chose it. Again, really, really cool. Again, the developers, great job bringing this tool set in and making it so easy to swap out your Conky config. Back when Conky first came out, it was just all editing your configuration file and kind of changing it and seeing how it would go and then altering it some more. So again, the developers have really simplified this process and made it very easy to use, and it's fun. You know, as you start to customize your distribution, you get to put your own spin on it. And this is, again, really easy to do, so hats off to the team making this very user-friendly. So again, with that, we can kind of see the theme that we have. We can go through. Again, a lot of accessories. They've done a great job packing the distribution full of useful tools. Again, I'll click this right here. Hard Info 2. Again, we're just getting information on our system here, but it pulls it back. Now, this is MX Linux, but we can see it's built on Debian right here, Bookworm, right? Really cool. Just pulling this info, one click. One processor, 4 cores. You can see our memory here. You can see our motherboard, our graphics, storage, the printers locally. Again, you can go through all this, but all this information at your disposal. Hard Info is the program name. Again, they've done a really nice job. They put this background image to make it pretty spiffy. So again, team really doing a nice job, hitting on all cylinders when it comes to customization and making this distribution really easy to use and get information about what you're running. And I think that's so important with Linux, especially if you're new to Linux. Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, and the team has really done a good job making these tools built in, easy to access. So again, under development, just a couple of things. Genie, big fan of that as an editor. You can see our games, the different graphics, internet. Now, I did install Google Chrome, right? But everything else is stock. Multimedia, love to see that they have VLC Media Player in there. Very cool. Again, Asunder and XFburn for making CDs and DVDs. You can see all the tooling they have in here with MX Linux, right? Job scheduler, lots of different things you can do. Live USB maker, quick cleanup, boot repair. Again, team has done just a fantastic job coming in here and making this distribution not only easy to use, but easy to customize. And again, probably one of the best distributions in that light, in my opinion. Office, again, you can see if we want to open LibreOffice, get our tip. Very cool. We can start editing a Word doc if we want. Didn't take too long. Right, and then settings, again, very customizable. You can go in here. Appearance we already took a look at. You can see the default applications. If you want to change that, we can change our display. We can look at our firewall configuration. Again, really nothing you can't do with MX Linux. The team really has done a nice job making it accessible and easy to change. And again, under System, more info. There's that Hard Info package I was talking about earlier. HTOP, again, if you click on that, it'll just open a terminal. Lucky Backup. Again, lots of awesome tools. The MX Updater, always important to update your distribution. But overall, just couldn't be more pleased with MX Linux 23.4, and it's highly customizable, which I'm a big fan of. So had a lot of fun customizing this distribution, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this short video. If you did, please like and subscribe.